over with. Today I'm going to show you the initial seasoning of my loco griddle.
Alright, so I'm going to be seasoning the griddle today. Hopefully you guys can hear me a little bit better this time. Just going to start by cleaning off with water on the griddle top. Get all that factory mess out. And I did talk to the manufacturer today via email, and they are going to be sending me a brand new top and then a new control panel, so that's good. I'm very glad they did that. Make sure I've got my propane on. All right, to light this, we're going to turn it to 275. Click the button, it lit. 275, click the button. It's being slow. Is it lit? Okay, it gave an error, ERRF, which means it just it didn't take the flame, so that's okay. We'll turn it on. Put it on low. There, it caught. Yep, that one caught. All right. So we're gonna let it get hot, and we're gonna start seasoning. I bought some grapeseed oil. It's 100%. It's not cut with olive oil, so that will be flavorless. The other option was avocado oil, and I'll just reserve that for when I get to cooking. But I think the grapeseed oil is a good option because of the fact it's flavorless and it's got a high smoke point at 420. So with that said, we're going to crank her up to 450 on both burners. We'll let her get there. While we're waiting for that, I got the Loco branded cookware in, so you can see the bottles over there, and a scraper, which this is not only a scraper but a scooper, so you can scrape your grease off, or you can use it as a scoop as well. So it's pretty cool. So it's 5 pieces. You get those 3 and you get the 2 bottles. But for now, I'm gonna save them down here in that handy dandy accessory rack. I don't know if you can see, but I do have a trash bag hanging off the trash bag hanger, and the paper towels hanging down here. We're already at 320, so we'll probably speed up a little bit, zip forward until we get to the 450 point. The right side burner already made it to 465. That burner is cut back. We're at 415-ish on the left side burner. I'm going to go ahead, get my rag ready. This is like a cheesecloth kind of rag. I'm going to use this for the first seasoning. I don't really want to get a bunch of paper towel shreds on there. So the trick in seasoning is to do a very light coat and let it start smoking off. So light coat. So I'm just gonna spread that nice and evenly. I get a faint smell of oil, but that's about it. It doesn't really have any kind of fragrance at all. I'm gonna make sure I get all the sides, all the surfaces on this griddle, even the outside. This side. I'm even going to close the lid and get the very back. The whole idea is to, number one, create a non-stick cooking surface, and number two, to help prevent rust. So just another smoothing. You don't want a whole bunch of oil on here. Because that could get sticky or gum up and just cause some real problems with your cooks. So, not much. We'll let that sit there for a minute. You can see some smoke coming off of the griddle surface. We're going to wait until that dissipates. So I'm going to get another coat of oil on there once that stops smoking as much. So a little wisp of oil, smoke is going to be okay. You can hear the burner cycling on and off, or low and high. I believe it's the one on the left. So for this burner, there's a pair of tubes. The one on the right is always on. The one on the left is the one that cycles on and off to help control temperature. Go ahead and put the burners to sear. We'll just let it get nice and hot. As long as this doesn't catch on fire, we're going to be good to go. I think the flash point of grapeseed oil is 600 degrees Fahrenheit. The smoke point is 420. Similar to avocado oil, so we'll see if that rings true. That may have been a little too heavy. So we've got one more seasoning to go. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the damage to the lid, you can go back and check out my video from yesterday, and you'll find out from there exactly what happened. But maybe you can see this little ding down here. I don't know if the camera can catch that yet, but they did go ahead and take care of it, and I'm super thankful for that. So we will let this last, this is seasoning number 4. So I'll do number 5 after this. Once that's done and the smoke has dissipated, we'll turn the temperature down to about 350 and we'll proceed with dinner. Okay, so now you can see on the camera, there's a little bit of a ring around here. That's where the oil is starting to adhere. And it's probably also where it's affecting or being affected by the wind. So with that said, we're just going to let it stay hot a little bit longer on this cycle before I put more oil on it. I can see a little bit of smoke still rising, and I've got a good surface on there. I really like it. I think that as I cook more, it'll get better. I'm going to turn these down, not up. Go down to 350. Once it gets down near there, then I'll start the veggies. Got a combination of some sweet yellow onions and some green bell peppers. Pot of butter. Hang out there. That's fine. The butter's pretty active, so the griddle is very hot still. So one thing you can do if you see your butter getting too melty, just shoot a little bit of oil in there, and that'll raise the smoke point of your butter. All right, so there's that. We're gonna throw some green bell peppers. Sweet yellow onions. So today I'm going to use tortilla de la fajita from Meat Church on the veggies. Alright, we're just ready to put the chicken on. Put a little bit of oil down. 350 ought to be a decent temperature for that. Getting a little bit of Meat Church Holy Gospel mixed with Voodoo. It's one of my favorite things. I do about a 50-50 blend of that. Anytime you cook with seasonings that you put directly on to the food while it's on the griddle, you're going to probably encounter some sticking. Most seasonings will have a sugar component to them, so just keep an eye on that throughout your cook. But definitely make sure that after your cook, you clean your griddle, and we'll go over that in a little bit. That looks delicious. Way off there to the side. These guys are for the missus and I. So we will load them up. Where the veggies are going to go. gonna deliver some food. I'll be right back. I'm gonna cut into this. Let me make sure the camera can see this first. Yeah, oh yeah. That spatula is hot if you didn't know. But it ain't that pretty, but I guarantee it tastes good. Alright, time for cleanup. So, you get most of the waste. Still got a lot of heat. Grab my scraper. A few paper towels. Water. Water's going to release all the oils and the sugars from cooking. Look at that brown. Let that marinate a little bit. Put it around. Loosen this stuff up. Help it over to the drain. Make sure we get all the way into the corners. Still feel some schmutz in the middle. So I'm going to do this a few times until I get it right. Take the oil, nice light coat. I'm going to grab my seasoning rag from earlier and spread that around. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and get the burners going. Bring it up to smoke point. We'll go to 450. I want to just make sure this griddle is good and seasoned. I probably put a little too heavy of a coat, so I'll go through and wipe it off with some paper towels for a second. All right, here we go. Oh man, So good. The veggies got a nice crust to them, a little release of sugar, so it's like a caramelization effect. So good. The chicken, perfectly done, juicy, not dry at all. Keto tortilla is quite surprising. Love it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.